Which jobs will survive the massive adoption of artificial intelligent machines? Jobs that require creativity, high emotional intelligence, warmth and understanding, coding and relationship building, all will survive the artificial intelligence takeover. The recent advancements in AI are setting the stage for a major change across every industry. Artificial intelligence refers to computer systems that perform tasks or make decisions that usually require human intelligence. AI can perform these tasks or make these decisions without explicit human instructions. Artificial intelligence is posing a great risk to all jobs. People may say technologies have always created new jobs by taking old jobs. However, artificial intelligence is a unique kind of technology, seeking to simulate human behavior, or mimic human intelligence, thereby really threatening human intelligence. While historically technologies only replaced a very limited aspect of human action, artificial intelligence seeks to replace human mind in parts or as a whole. Banking and financial services employees, factory workers and office staff will seemingly face the loss of their jobs, or need to find a way to reinvent themselves in this brave new world. Millions would need to be reskilled to cope with the change, while governments would have to provide stronger safety nets for displaced workers. The use of artificial intelligence has spread to almost every field of human activity. But here are some jobs that artificial intelligence cannot replace: doctors, physicians, pharmacists, and dentists, scientists and engineers, lawyers, sales, marketing, and human resource managers, artists and professional athletes, public relations managers, chief executives, writers, software developers. A new generation of smart machines, fueled by rapid advances in artificial intelligence and robotics, could potentially replace a large proportion of existing human jobs. Robotics and AI will cause a serious double disruption, as the coronavirus pandemic pushed companies to fast-track the deployment of new technologies to slash costs. Millions of people have lost their jobs due to the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, and now the machines will take away even more jobs from workers. The organization cites that automation will supplant about 85 million jobs by 2025. WEF says there's nothing to worry about since its analysis anticipates the future tech-driven economy will create 97 million new jobs. Currently, approximately 30% of all tasks are done by machines, and people do the rest. However, by the year 2025, it's believed that the balance will dramatically change to a 50-50 combination of humans and machines. AI, robotics and other forms of smart automation have the potential to bring great economic benefits, contributing up to $15 trillion to global GDP by 2030. However, it will come with a high human cost. This extra wealth will also generate the demand for many jobs, but there are also concerns that it could displace many existing jobs. More than 120 million workers globally will need retraining in the next 3 years, due to artificial intelligence's impact on jobs. The amount of individuals who will be impacted is immense. The world's most advanced cities aren't ready for the disruptions of artificial intelligence, claims management consulting firm Oliver Wyman. It is believed that over 50 million Chinese workers may require retraining as a result of AI-related deployment. The US will be required to retool 11.5 million people in America with skills needed to survive in the workforce. Millions of workers in Brazil, Japan and Germany will need assistance with the changes wrought by AI, robotics and related technology. Artificial intelligence has a great future and will be one of the essential tools for organizations in the future. AI will change the landscape of work around us. Businesses will be out looking for relevant and fresh talent, while job seekers train themselves for the inevitable. AI has immense abilities through which it can outperform humans anytime. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts if you think your job is under threat of being replaced by AI.
Is a very, very small quantity.
We will see jobs more related to interaction with intelligent machines,
where it's symbiotic between the man and machine. The human can do things that the machine cannot do, and together they do better.
freeing labor from dangerous repetitive work.
I suggest every professional, whether you're a lawyer, accountant, think about tools that emerge and how that makes you 2, 3, 4 times stronger, better, and richer for that matter.
People talk so much about replacing humans, but I think the goals of AI machines should be actually more assistive.
But to be really honest, professional jobs are still a small proportion of the total jobs.
To a large extent, blue-collar jobs will be replaced by machinery.
Bank teller, receptionists, customer service, drivers, and even radiologists, relatively high-end, more complex jobs are going to eventually get replaced over the next 15 to 20 years. The routine job replacement is huge.
Humanity has seen this over and over again. Every industrial revolution is a huge disruption of jobs.
I think it easily accounts for half of our jobs. Different people have different views about whether these half of the jobs will take 10 years or maybe 30 years or 40 years to be replaced. But even 40 years is faster than industrial revolution.
The experts agree that though technology has disrupted the nature of work in the past, at no point in history has the transformation been so rapid and extensive. And that speed means workers must stay nimble and continue learning new skills throughout their working lives.
I think that there will be new jobs. The big question is whether people will be able to reinvent themselves to fill these jobs.
But what if they can't? Stay nimble and keep learning.
The difficulty would be if you're in the same routine type of environment for 20, 25 years, and suddenly you're told it's not available anymore. Go and learn something entirely new. Well, that's the case. It's the most difficult case. That's where governments have an important role to play.
If a job is going to be lost, what's the support for the worker to make sure they have skills and redeployment support?
You need to provide a kind of training program. And the big question there is who pays for this training program and who provides it? Provision at the company level, funding shared by the company and the state.
Full employment is still at the heart of our communities, the dignity of work, the cohesion that brings social stability, and we need to plan for that.
Because if we don't do that, half the people losing their jobs, whether it's over 10 or 30 years, is going to create a large number of unhappy people who face not only a loss of income, but also loss of meaning. I think we need to create more human compassion jobs, human touch jobs, caretaking jobs of keeping company of the older people, orphanages, concierge, masseuse, bartender.
There will be many more flexible forms of employment, but the averages, and also for full-time workers, will be less. There will be more time for leisure activities, travel.
We need to, in our education, have the future children know that it is okay, these are good jobs to have. That whole shift of retraining education, and in fact a shift from the Industrial Revolution work ethic to a new work ethic where we can have lives that we much more enjoy, that whole shift I think is a huge process.
What about college students trying to decide which degrees are worth potentially tens of thousands of their tuition dollars? Which ones will actually land them jobs? Perhaps a bachelor's in art history doesn't attract the same job prospects as, say, one in computer science. Finding purposeful work.
To the 18, 19, 20-year-old.
In terms of choosing degrees at college,
You know, you hear people talking about problem solving being at the essence. I've heard this for 25 years.
I think the main consideration that you have to do is whether you're interested in that degree.
Humanities are at the base of our knowledge. They're at the base of our own understanding of human relationships and history and development.
The world needs that diversity of thinkers and doers.
It gives you a core of a knowledge base that then you can build on with specialist skills.
Do what you're interested in, because if you do what you're interested in, then you'll be good at it. Now, labor markets change. You have to keep learning all the time. You have to keep adapting. Therefore, you need to have the basic skills.
Computer skills, scientific knowledge, the capacity to understand geology, these are specific skills that you can build on. I think we've made false choices by separating so far out of the equation on technical degrees. If we really want people who can think about things, solve problems, then you need a mix of both.
Though many universities are diverting more and more funding to their maths and science departments, we discount the humanities at our own peril. Equally, say our experts, if we don't build a framework for an automated future, we could face significant social, economic, and political upheaval. So, are we prepared for automation?
Humanity at the beginning was working all day or weekends on the land, right? Industrialization has shifted that. Now most of us in the world, at least in the developed world, live in a 9-5 kind of job scenario and 5 days a week.
The human purpose in life is not about working very hard, even if it's a routine job, and attain wealth and respect. It is more about expressing love and compassion, about making a difference to other human beings.
I think we understand enough about automation to know what structures to have in place to ease the transition.
If we don't learn from the lessons of the past, if we aren't prepared to actually heal the fractures of the current working environment and then build on those partnerships to plan for a secure future,